all the new equipment. There you go. Cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I lost a stylist last week.
Really?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy for Pam and her new product, But she's slacking. Doing all this social media influencer stuff. My electric bills are through the roof. Property taxes keep going up because of the location.
Good grief. Look, I know Karen was in the hole, but dang, man, she just listed off all the various reasons why her finances and businesses are just falling apart. And man, this is a lot. So yet again, I just have to ask, how badly did Brian screw her over? This woman, she should have stuck to getting her old shop repaired, or at the very least opted to, I don't know, allow Aaron or Zach to help her out, or to just decide that, you know what, maybe I ought to just wait until this baby's born, to get my business back up. Maybe the whole salon out of the apartment wasn't such a bad idea after all, because at least there it's like, it's her home. She fully controls what goes on. And, once her pregnancy got to the point where she couldn't really be super active, that's when she could have just cut the business loose and then have the baby and figure things out from there. But it just seems like Karen, look, student loans are messy enough as it is, but for her to have accumulated so much debt in so little time is insane to me. And it just goes back to the whole thing where I really wish we knew the full story of what Ryan's deal was with Karen and how that impacted her, because Andy wrote her that check and it looks like she won't be getting paid back anytime soon, because not only did Karen get denied for another loan from the bank, but she told Sabrina that, well, there's a lot going on, but I didn't fill you all in because you all have your own lives and everything going on, which yet again tells me that, yeah, the whole thing with Fatima being the fourth girl on multiple outings with the sisters because Karen didn't show up, it seems valid, because Karen was so neck deep getting the new salon off the ground and dealing with money stuff she kept hidden, and the baby keeping her from being out there all the time. She pretty much knew over the 3-month course, all my girls are in relationships now, and Andy's trying to make partner, and Sabrina just got her job back at the bank after everything that went on with the Q situation. So it makes sense that Karen would keep a few things to herself because she's really down bad right now. And it's not like she's going to ask Andy for the money, because guess what? Andy was the one that wrote her that huge check to get the repairs done in the first place. And she was the one that took that check and got this new salon, as opposed to getting her old one rebuilt, which was the initial plan to begin with. But she talks about how the new equipment cost tens of thousands of dollars, which was no surprise at all. That made a lot of sense. I figured that, Andy's check would be utilized to repair the building, and then the business loan would be for the equipment. Then she talked about how one of her stylists left last week, which not sure why that was the case. Like, you just got, your new shop. So was one of your old stylists in a situation where they're like, yeah, I found a better deal somewhere else or something? But then again, is it really that bad? Because in the episode, Pam talks about how business is slow. There's not a lot of people coming in or anything. There's nothing on the books. So I guess maybe it's a good thing Karen lost a stylist, because that way you're not paying someone who barely has any work to do in the first place. I don't really know why, but then she talks about the electric bill being crazy, and then property taxes keep going up, and then the new location, things are probably more expensive than how they were at the old shop, which is contrary to what, Brian told her about. Oh, it's the same price buying this new building as would be staying at your old shop. And then she talks about Pam, about how Pam's slipping and slacking and whatnot, focusing on the social media influencer thing as opposed to doing her job. But she's like, you know what? And I'm happy for Pam, I am, but she's slipping. Honestly, I don't know how that makes sense at all, because if nothing else, Pam's product and social media stuff seems to be the main reason why people are even coming to the damn salon in the first place. And then on top of that, Pam has been there. I didn't see any of those other stylists helping out during the setup and whatnot. The only person there with Karen setting things up and cleaning was Pam. So for her to say Pam is slipping, I feel like it's just I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where that's coming from. I mean, uh, it's just like my parents, like when it comes to and I'm not trying to make this about me, but it's a similar kind of situation where the older generation doesn't seem to understand the power of influencing online, whether it be content creation or whatever. But my parents are like, you sit in the house all day doing the content. What are you going to do when you get a house and you got to, the lawn to mow and whatnot? I'm like, I'll just pay somebody to do it. And they're like, no, you are not. But then it's like when they see how much I make, it's like, oh, we get it now. Yeah, because what I do brings in more money. Like the time, like the 2 or 3 hours it would take for me to go out and get on the lawnmower and cut the grass and whatnot. I could just pay somebody else to do it. And then I can use that time on my businesses to make even more money. That's how it works. So for her to just say like Pam is slipping, it makes no sense to me because I'm not saying Pam doesn't do anything. Yeah, she's been a slacker in the past, but now she has a legitimate reason to have her attention divided because she's utilizing the shop's resource, her time on the clock to get more business. And I don't really see Pam's fault there. I mean, that's just my opinion. Unless she's like opening the shop hours early or keeping the shop open late at night to work on her product or something, it's not like that's impacting the electric bill. But yeah, Karen has like 20 different reasons why she's failing. And it all goes back to what her mom said a couple weeks ago. So baby, how's business going? Like, what's the plan? What's your long-term plan? Well, I mean, the business just opened up and, we got a lot of people on the books. We're getting new clients every day, and as soon as things start to pick up again, that's when I'll finally be out of the red and in the green. And Mama Lisa was like, what if things don't pick up? Like, and I remember reminiscing about when I quit my job to do this full time. My mom was like, so what's your plan? And I said, look, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. But parents have a sense of trying to ground their children into reality, which, to be honest, isn't always that supportive, but it is necessary. But it does feel like it's like they're questioning, your own plans and whatnot. And then when you succeed, all they have to do is say positive things. Like, no, remember when you doubted me? But Miss Lisa, she sees what's going on for her daughter. And she knows, like, look, you're so bad that you're asking me for a check, but don't expect that all the time. So what's your plan if things don't turn out well? And the shop has been open for like a week or so, and if things are already slow now, it doesn't seem like things are going to pick up anytime soon. So what is Karen going to do? And sadly, it feels like this is going to lead to her trying to extort as much child support for the baby or babies from Zach as she can without even fully knowing if that is indeed her baby daddy. So, yeah, Karen has it hit rock bottom. And I don't know what she's going to do. So what do you think? Honestly, I still don't feel bad because she's had multiple opportunities by multiple parties to help her out with her salon, but she declined for this reason, that reason, out of spite or whatever. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one. This woman doesn't know how to run a business.